So I'm in this long for ES, and just to explain what happened on a bigger time frame. Let's see if I can get this right. We had this drop overnight, let's say last US session, and we opened up with a small gap. I do think we might take this gap in the end, but what I saw is that we have Asia low, high, we tapped low, and ES was lagging a little bit, and I didn't want to take the fast moving NQ because ES wasn't there yet, and ES has been the more bullish of showing the more bullish price action. The only thing that was holding me back, because this was actually really good reaction of NQ, the thing that was holding me back was this M15. This M15 is holding price down, and I want to see NQ move to reach this liquidity of Asia high. I do need to check a little bit because this drop was quite heavy. Yeah, so we are moving in premium. And what I said to myself, okay, this is my first target. I'm going to take almost half off here. And I'm going to take off 4 more at a 2R. But that also depends on whether or not NQ is able to get through this M15. And this M15 will close in 2 minutes, because it's, let's say, 2 to 4 at this moment. As it seems that it's going to move towards it now, but as you can see, ES is quite lagging, so I do want to take into account, okay, what if it doesn't hold? Because if this is going to break down, then ES is going to break down even further, and it's going to probably show a more violent reaction to the downside. I do have 13 contracts self-stop here. Part of it is manual. So what you can see now is that the M15 is indeed holding bearish at this moment, which for me is not the best sign, especially not price action here. We do have a small bullish gap here, but I do not want to take that into account for now. It could tap it, but as I can see now, price is moving down. Let's just watch this, how this goes. Yeah, so I do want to see ES hold the halfway of this gap. I'm going to turn this one off because it's a bit, it could tap this part of this low, but then I want to see bullish reaction. And the same applies for NQ. It's now holding bearish on this gap. So now we wait. Let's just see, because overall the reaction from ES has been really piss poor, to be honest. So I do want to take into account that, as you can see, there's a 5-minute gap formed on the close at 4 o'clock. It tapped it. This, I don't know, this looks like more coincidence than actual plan. Okay, so what I want to see now, and what you see often, is NQ is now reacting, and then it seems like ES is now showing some momentum. It mitigated this gap after the close, so that's actually good. And now I want to see sustained momentum. So I do want to see price run at least this high. The moment that this high, I get this sell limit hit, if it comes, I'm going to trail my stop to the wick below. So I do want to see momentum now. And the moment this one gets sold, at least this sell order gets filled, it gets filled now, I'm going to trail my stop. And I don't have these extended lines, which I think is rather annoying. It's really annoying because then you see all these lines on the map, but I do want to trail it properly. Okay, so now we're currently running, oh, wait. Discards. Look, because this is always tricky. So we're now currently at a 1.44 R. Price is now, how did the 15-minute close? Well below. But I do think actually we're going to run high because Asia high. You know, price overall is just incredibly bullish. We're now hitting this 5-minute gap, but I actually think that the M15 is the bigger challenge to get. So I'm actually thinking to, let's say, I don't want this. This is my invalidation of the level. If we get below here, then we're going to for sure just sell off. I'm going to leave my stop here. I trailed it. I was thinking, okay, maybe I can put part of my stop under this wick, but I actually think it can wick if it just goes back to this gap and see and just tap it and then just move up again. So I'm just going to assume that this momentum will hold and that the next target for price will be this high and this high. And if not, then I'll get stopped, and then at least it will be a break, a more than break, a little over break even trade, which is then good because I mitigated my risk. But I actually think that if price is still bullish, which it absolutely is, then it's just going to set up for a long, an ideal long, and to be honest, I don't think it will happen now. This was not, let's say, the daily low. Price will always manipulate significantly to the downside before actually making that bigger move to the upside. And this one is not here. So I think the best we can get is Asia high for today. And if that comes, I'm very, very happy. And if that doesn't come, then there will be an opportunity later today. I always have to remind myself that London session PA is often a bit slower. So once you get used to looking at the US sessions, then I tend to get really impatient and think, okay, the move is not coming, so let's just close it. But this is just okay. You know, you can actually see that ES is the lagging of the two because NQ is really trying its best to push forward. So this is the setup for NQ. Let me just watch this. There's this bullish gap, so this is overlapping gap, but because price was moving so fast and just already retesting the lower end of this level, I was thinking, okay, I'll wait for ES to do it. Okay, so I need to take into account that if Asia high gets taken, then target is achieved. So it might well be that I'm not going to get Asia high for ES. So this is something, because this is a really nice generated liquidity. Price is really trying to get this, because you also have some rounded edges going like this. This is just lovely generated liquidity setup. As you can see, NQ is really trying to go for that high, and I hope that this one will get tapped before Asia high gets tapped. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now I have 3 orders left, which I'm going to adjust, and I'm going to trail my stop to this level in profit. So the best we got today was a 2.5, which I think is really good. And I actually think if I give it enough space, then this can reach Asia high. But as said, I'm going to leave my stop here. As you can see, this was a really violent push up and now it's going to correct. So it could well be that price just targeted Asia high, which was quite obvious. And it can go move down and trying to get this gap, this daily new weekly open gap, because I do think this is a good draw on liquidity. So let's just watch price and see what happens, because now we have a bearish S&T as well. We reached the Asia high, and if price is not able to let's say get a proper close above, let's see what a proper close above is. So we have a lot of levels, right? So we have a bearish level being broken, but we do still have a lot of gaps here. This is a 15-minute gap. Okay, so then on the 5-minute, price is trying to reach the high. I'm going to take off to here. That would be ridiculous good R, a 3R. I would be very happy with that if price would come there. And if price is going to reach Asia high, then I'm going to take off that last one as well. So you can see price really wants to push higher. So the 2 minutes got run on the downside. We did not have a close in the lower end of this 1 minute gap. So there's still a chance. There's still a chance. But we have 10 seconds. Let's see how this one will close. To be honest, I think ES is much heavier than NQ at the moment. So it doesn't really look like it's going to hold. We got this bearish close now. It's not a bearish close, but it's not a good close as well, because I think we closed under the 2 minutes. Oh, not yet. Okay, so I got stopped out here. Let's see, because it actually tagged the liquidity. I'm going to immediately delete my stops. So what does this mean? I got how much profit? A 166 profit, which ultimately means that I got a 1.2, I think a 1.2 R profit, which actually sounds quite low. So yeah, it is what it is. I think if I review this trade at this moment, I think my entry is good. Waiting for ES for me was a good decision, especially also because ES has been the better performing asset. Retest, not too much drawdown, halfway is fine, and then just a quite quick move to 2.6 R. I actually got out here, which is a 1.2, and I got out here, which was a 0.5 for 3 contracts, and I got 4 out at here, which was a 2. So that more or less, yeah, so that averages around 1.2 1.2 R average. Okay, so that's a good lesson. So I'm happy with this one, just scaling out because we got really close, or at least we got the internal high. But I just should have scaled out here, also taking into account the tap of Asia high. And to be honest, if I look at price action right now, if this is not going to reverse, then it's going to definitely run towards Asia high. Okay, overall good with the execution. Still, the element of time is quite important for me. So that's something I'm going to review on. But for now, happy with the trades.